Hey everybody, this is Mike from Go, talking about the new Go record Impact, the LP out of Spain, out of Catalonia. There's 4 record labels from there. The Rat Monkey Records, Grabaciones Viscerales, Viladecans Hardcore, and Little Jan's Hammer. I hope I got the pronunciation right there, guys. So it's an LP. So the A side is our 2 records from 2020, 2006, 2007. So this is Reactive. That was recorded in 2006 when we first got back together after 12 years. Actually more than 12 years. And then I'll go into that a little more. And then what we built together, which came out in 2007, which was a co-production of us with Refuse Records in Germany and Poland, and Stressed to Death, which was out of Italy. So anyway, let me talk about the record a little bit because it's really great. So there's 300 copies. Who knows, maybe they'll sell out in 10 minutes and have to press more, but probably there's 300 copies, and it's full color. Got pictures of us, and that's from 2006 and 2007. And then the background is actually me holding my wedding ring. And actually there was a limited cover of Reactive, and that was the cover of that, and Sergi used that kind of as the background photo, which I thought was really great, and that is the ring. It's Hebrew. It says Anila Dodi Vidodi Li, which is I am my beloved and my beloved is mine. It's from, I think, Song of Songs. Anyway, very common for Jews to have to have wedding rings that say that. So the first time ever for a Go record is we have a printed sleeve inside. I've never had that. I didn't know this was going to happen until it just arrived the other day. So that's, anyway, I was really excited by that. So thank you, Sergi, for doing that. I appreciate it. And there was a lot of back and forth between me and Sergi. He's very, very patient. It's tough because I'm a graphic designer. I've been a graphic designer for decades now. So having a graphic designer as a client to design for is tough because we're very particular. We have a certain vision of ourselves, especially for personal projects, of how we would want to be out there. And there was a lot of back and forth. In fact, I say there's a couple pages of edits. This is like dozens of edits, and I would scan this and send it to him. And here's dozens more more edits, and I'd scan it and send him. He was patient. So Sergi, thank you. And Sergi he just wrote me out of nowhere and said, "Hey, I want to do." Originally, it was to do the Two Worlds One record, which I'll talk about a little later. But there was another version coming out, so I said, "Well, sorry, we can't do that right now." And he said, "Well, how about doing the 2 Go records? That's not really available here." And of course, for me, they came out in 2006, 2007, so they don't really exist anymore. They're in people's collections. I don't think any distributors have them or anything. They're not really around. So I said, sure. And so anyway, let's. It's also cool about the record. And it's all black vinyl, which I like. There's no limited this or limited that. So on the one side is the polar bear, and we've done a bunch of bears over the years. And then on the other side, side 1, there's that kind of cool image, and that was the image that was used on the test pressing for the Reactive 7-inch. Sorry, there's a little plastic. On the test pressing for the Reactive 7-inch. And it's a cool image. It's one I just found. So it was nice being able to use that again. So Sergi and I talked a little bit about why we have bears. Like the first Go record with Bear was up here. There Is No Man, which was the 1991 record. That was a 7-inch that we recorded after the 1991 European tour. So we were really tight. We did 26 shows in a month. So we were so tight, and that was it was our 4th 7-inch. All 4 of our original 7-inches were collected on our next record with the Bear, which was The Existence, Musings on the Need to Be. And so this was put out by Epistrophe. Hi Frank, thank you. I'll always owe you for this. This is pretty amazing what you did. And this is something I've been proud of my entire life. You know, I figure, you know, this is like, you know, this shit for me. So, you know, that came out, because for me, you know, I just write 7 inches. You know, our songs, they average about a minute. And, you know, so, yeah, you know, and really people just asked, hey, you know, you want to put out a record? I'm like, cool. So we'd put songs together, put out a record. So I never really wrote an album. So having existence and now having impact is really, it's the only way for me to have a 12-inch record, really. Actually, Two Worlds One is going to be a 12-inch, but it's single-sided, because that's, I think, 13 minutes, 11 minutes, something, anyway. So yeah, so the only way for me to have an album is to collect the 7 inches. So yeah, so side A is all the songs from Reactive and from What We Built Together, which is behind me. And What We Built Together, there was a limited cover of this, the Polar Bear. There's a song on there called Polar Bears Are Drowning, and you know, about how sea ice was melting, and you know, polar bears are dying off. And at some point, really, the way we are with people, we just suck, especially with wildlife. At some point, there's, you know, there'll be animals in zoos, and everything else will be just concrete cities. And you know, we're working towards that. We're working towards extinction. Things that are cool, especially like if something's really cool, like an elephant has a tusk or a rhino has a, you know, a horn or something. If they're really cool, then we just go after them, because we're just like that. We suck. So anyway, anyhow, so and I'm just rambling here. Who knows how long this is going to be? So yeah, so side A and B are those 2 records, and then side A is those 2 records. Excuse me. Side B is a live show also from 2006, and that was so go kind of, well, we broke up a half dozen times, but we really broke up in 1991. End of 1990, and then we got back together for, you know, to record in the European tour in 91, and then we really were gone. I did Ego, and Jim was in Hell No, Aaron was in Hell No for a little bit, and yeah, we really had split. In 95, Frank approached us once again about doing the Existence LP, so I did that, but we hadn't really seen each other. And then, you know, I just we all settled into our lives. And then like 2005, I thought, hey, why don't I call Aaron? I haven't talked to Aaron in like forever. So I call him at work, and like, hey, Aaron, it's Mike Bullshit. He's like, wait, who? Like, Aaron, it's Mike from Go. He was surprised. I think he was working at Starbucks. No, I don't remember. No, Joanne was at Starbucks. Anyway, so yeah, I just called him at his corporate office, and we got back together. We started writing songs for Reactive, and we did a demo with me on drums, which makes no sense because I can't play drums. But then 2006, we got together in New York. We recorded Reactive, and that was with Don Fury. We recorded with Don Fury a bunch of times back in the day, and I don't know how, but somehow we were recording and mixing it for 30 hours, literally 30 hours. Don't ask me how, I have no idea. So that cost like a ton of money. And yeah, I think we did about 1,200 records and about 1,000 CDs or so, and they sold all right. They didn't all sell. You know, over the years, they've just, you know, kind of vanished. But yeah, originally I wasn't super happy with Reactive. It has great songs on it, but I wasn't 100% happy with my vocals, with my vocal performance. And that took some years. You know, there was a couple, 5-6 years where I didn't listen to it. But then I listened to it again. I'm like, yeah, you know, these really are good songs. And especially, once again, for impact, really listening closely to the songs to make sure, you know, the sound quality was all right. And, you know, and then going over the lyrics, had been over, you know, 15 years since I looked at the lyrics, or really studied the lyrics. That was, yeah, I got a new appreciation. I'm like, yeah, these are good records. So I appreciate Sergi kind of reawakening this record for me. I got a new appreciation for it. So thank you. Yeah. So there's 300 of them, and there's like, I think 4 or 5 test pressings. So if you have a test pressing, You're a really special person. Oh, and one thing I thought was really cute was they put this little sticker on the outside of the record, and it says, "This is not a bootleg. This is an official release." Like, I don't know where that came from. Like, somehow there was one official bootleg that that came out of the European tour, but really I worked with a guy. I've never there was an SFA bootleg, and that pissed me off because he got so much of the information wrong. But yeah, you know, we're a pretty small band. No one's ever bootlegged us before. But I thought that sticker was really cute. So thanks, Sergi. I don't know who came up with that idea. I know Sergi really did the design here. And that was great for me because, once again, I work full-time as a designer. I'm designing like all day. So not having to design something was great. Thank you so much for that. Once again, there was a lot of back and forth with that. But I think that came out really, I'm really happy with it. So as you can see, the cover of Impact is the same as the cover from Reactive. It's the two hands coming together. And then that's kind of the whole point of Impact. You know, it's, for me, you know, it's focused in on like, you know, it makes you think like, well, what's happening outside of that? But the real focus is on, you know, the hands coming and they're splashing or explosion or who knows really, you know, it's up for someone to figure out for themselves what's going on. And so yeah, so I tend to do things with white at the top and bottom. That's just kind of what I do, that's my style. But I really appreciate the, you know, what he came up with. Once again, he and I went back and forth on the photos. But yeah, really it's his doing. You know, my input was not as great as his. But yeah, I tend to be a little picky. So I'm not sure. And I've had it playing in the background, but really light, because I'm so interesting. You would definitely want to listen to me. So anyhow, so anyway, I talked about our Europe 1991 tour, and there's actually going to be hold on a second, let me grab a flyer for it. Well, I don't know where it went, but it's my office is a mess. But we're going back to Europe in July of 2024, which is when I'm recording this is 5 months away. When you're seeing this, it very well could have happened. Unfortunately, we're not playing Catalonia. We're not playing Spain. We only have 6 shows. We only have 6 days, and so 4 of them, of course, are in Germany, and then we're playing Luxembourg, which. Did you know Luxembourg has its own language? You know, being your average American, actually, I had to look at a map to see where it was, embarrassingly. But very small country. Look forward to playing there. It looks beautiful. I guess it's also the kind of a banking capital. So if we have any banking or money laundering we need to do, we could do it there. And why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone? To use an expression. And Holland, the Netherlands, which is cool. Yeah, on the 91 tour, we did 3 shows in Holland. We did in the Netherlands. We did Amsterdam, Groningen, and Utrecht. This time we're doing, it looks like, it was going to be Amsterdam, got moved to Leiden. So cool. And our first show is in Darmstadt in Germany, which is right by Frankfurt. Frankfurt's great because you got direct flights from the US. Thank you, Frankfurt. And we end up in Berlin, which my husband and I love Berlin. My husband's coming on the trip with us, which is kind of fun. You know, it's different. You know, he's not really into hardcore, so for part of the time he'll find other stuff to do. But it'll be nice having him along. And I would say it's the 4 of us. It's the same group that it was in 1991 on the European tour. We're older. A lot of us are a little bigger. We're more mature. But you know, we're the people we were, just kind of older versions of the people I don't know, whatever. However you want to read into that is fine. And also Greg, who came with us on the 90 tour, 91 tour, is with us, and Doug, Steve's brother, who was with us on our 2007 California tour. That was where we recorded what we built, and that was not 30 hours in the studio. That was 4 or 5 hours, something like that. Now, Two Worlds 1 was totally different. Two Worlds 1, let me just talk about this for a second, because Sergi had interest in this. We'll see if that happens or not. This was a 10-inch that I did like 65 of them. There's going to be a 12-inch, which is coming out on a German label, which is color vinyl, and it's also a shape. Don't ask. It just it just happened. It's going to be a shape, and there's 250 of those. And then Sergi and I talked about maybe doing it as a 7-inch. I think it's 13 songs, 11 minutes. I recorded this in 2022. This was a project with me and Attila and Mark from Crippled Fox from Hungary. If you don't know Crippled Fox from Hungary are really great. I've been a fan for many years. And yes, so this one was clear vinyl, and I wrote, it's single-sided, so on the blank side I wrote lyrics on it, which was the biggest pain in the ass, but also a lot of fun, because I did like some marker. And then, it's something I'm really proud of, so I'm hoping to keep that in print, in different areas. So if you see it as a 7-inch or something else, that Sergi is probably to blame, so thank you. And if it, we'll see if it happens or not. Let's see how Impact sells. It could be that no one buys this and they hate me, and all of these 4 record labels in Spain are like, hey, screw you, we put out this record and no one bought it. So maybe they don't put out another record of mine. Who knows? But who knows? I hope it sells. I hope people like it. I never got around. So side B is us live. And, as I mentioned, I had a little concern about my vocals on Reactive. On what we built together, I kind of upped it a little bit. But the Reactive ones, they're still good. But on the live show on side B, that has a few of the songs from these 2 records, but then it also has a bunch of our others. That way? I'm pointing at records behind me. It has a bunch of our other songs, the stuff we wrote in 89 to 91 when we were, the solid unit. So we did shows on and off till 2011, and then we just split again. And actually, it's for our last show. By the time everyone got paid, we got $1. So I gave each guys in the band, here's a quarter, and then we went our separate ways. But then 12 years later, I was like, hey, why don't we play some shows again? That was 2023. And it's just so easy. Some bands are so tough and trying to make things done and work and decisions and everything. So I text, hey, Steve, you want to play some shows? And he writes back like 10 minutes later, what dates were you thinking of? There's no question like, oh, I don't know. And same thing with Jim, and like, hey, Jim, you want to do some shows? Oh, where, And then Aaron, kind of the same thing. I think he took a day. And then, so last year we did 4 shows, Philadelphia, Maryland, New Jersey, and New York, where it was pouring rain. And that sucked, because so many people, so thank you so much to the people who came out, because it was raining so hard. It was like, incredible storm. We hadn't played New York in 12 years or something, or 15 years, I don't know, whatever. And yes, so that was kind of disappointing. A lot of people couldn't make it. So hoping to do that again. Maybe do a couple shows. Some people asked about Long Island. We didn't do Long Island. We only did Brooklyn. No, we only did Manhattan. We didn't do Brooklyn. So maybe next time, Brooklyn and Long Island. I don't know. That's really, we can only do this once a year. We're in the United States. You don't get much vacation time. And also these things are money. We are not a big band. We're not Sick of It All. Love Sick of It All. We're not Judge. We're not Youth of Today. We don't pull in 1,000 people. We don't make a lot of money. We lose money, which is fine. It doesn't matter. It's just money. I don't care. I don't need to make money off this. Sick of It All does. Agnostic Front does. That's great. I'm big fans of both those bands. That happened since the 80s. So, but yeah, like, other bands, they earn all this money if they have a show, and once again, more power to them. I think it's fantastic. Nothing against them. That's not, that's not us. But we'll see how these shows in July go. I'm hoping a bunch of people show up. So, if you're there and you could help support it, bring your friends down. That's great. I don't want to play to 20 people. That kind of sucked to go all that way. There will be more than 20 people. I don't know. Did I talk about the songs a little bit? I don't know. Maybe you're bored by this point. I don't even know if you're still watching. So maybe you're done. But it's funny because Go's kind of known for like gay related songs, but we've recorded something like 70 songs, and like 5 or 6 have some relation or other to either gay issues or personal stuff, but we get kind of lumped in with homocore and all that, which is cool. I can't complain about that. But I guess I always saw myself as just being a hardcore band, and we have some songs about gay stuff instead of being a gay hardcore band. There's a little nuance there. But yeah, the song With This Ring is about a same-sex marriage. And at that point, 2007, very few places in the world, very few places in the United States had legalized recognition of same-sex marriage for gay and lesbian people. And, we were a political football, use that expression that, right-wingers use us as a way to earn money. Look at these gay people, look what they're doing, support us, vote for us, give us your money. And that's tiring. It's draining. Who needs that in their lives, But, yeah. And, the song Good is a positive one, and that's writing positive songs. I wrote a couple for Two Worlds One over there. Writing positive songs is tough. It's so easy to write a song like, this sucks, and but writing a song like, hey, some things are cool, and, having a positive attitude and all that, that's hard, because you write that and it's so easy just to sound dumb or cliche or forced or something. So coming up with a positive song, when I'm able to do that, it feels good. Some political stuff and some personal stuff. Anyway, it has all the lyrics. I think I write songs with a wide enough perspective that it has meaning for me, but it has meaning for people also who read it and listen to it. It'll have its own meaning for them. So hopefully you'll listen to this, it'll have meaning for you. Once again, the live show, I keep getting back to that, was recorded on WFMU by Pat Duncan. Hi, Pat. Thank you so much. I think I need to send him a copy. I don't know. He might not want it. He's like, yeah, I'm done with them. I don't know. But yeah, once again, it has a bunch of... It has Pizza Boy, which is... Pizza Boy is like this cult song of ours. Literally, it's like a second and a half, but people know that song. So I was glad... so on the live songs here, it's about 20 minutes, but our set's like 40 minutes or so. So I really went through and listened song by song and found the songs that sound the best. Songs where we screwed up or the sound wasn't right or whatever, those are not included. Only the songs where we were good and, whatever. I think there's some between song stuff, not too much. Always try not to be too preachy. I think, we touched on a lot of issues, racism, feminism, gay stuff, power dynamics in society and all that. But I think we're kind of fun and sarcastic a bit too. And I always felt like that balance kept us from being a bummer, You can talk to people about politics all you want, but if you don't have a way to keep them there, to keep them entertained, it's just, and I guess for me, a lot of it's been not, but hey, let's think about this, and let's have fun, let's dance, sing along, point. Anyhow, thanks so much for watching. On Instagram, we're go_NYHC for New York Hardcore? Trying to think. Well, I'm Mike Bullshit _go on Instagram. Our music is at gomistake.com. mistake.bandcamp.com. See, I was in Go, then I was in Mistake. I was in No Mistake, so instead of No Mistake, like Go Mistake, so gomistake.bandcamp.com. And we don't charge. It's all free. I don't have Reactive up yet, and I don't have what we built together. I guess I wanted Impact to come out and have them be able to sell this. Once again, I don't want Sergi and the other guys to have like this stack of 100 albums in their closet and their spouses are unhappy with them. Like, why do you make all these records and no one's buying them? So, not that your spouses are anything like that. I did not mean that. But anyway, if you go to gomistake.bandcamp.com, these will be up there soon, but most of our older stuff is there. Anyhow, I gotta go. I got stuff to do, and you got stuff to do too. So take care. Peace. Oh wait, let me. Where's the? Oh man, I had a thing in. Don't you hate when you have a thing, and then? Oh yeah, here we go. So. Una abrazada ben forte desde United States. Big hug from the United States. That was in Catalonia, and I hope I got that right. Abrazada, I don't know. Anyhow, peace to you all, and see you in July. If you're able to make it. Sorry we're not playing near España or Catalonia or so many places. People ask France or Italy, and we just couldn't do it. We can only do 6 shows, So, we got them as far apart as we could. So, anyway. Actually, we might see Sergi there. I think he said he was going to make it. So we'll see. So, Sergi, I'll see you there. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.